Dear student, now I give lecture on classification of substation. There are two types of substations. One is indoor substation, another one outdoor substation. The classification based on the constructional features only. According to the constructional features, the substation can be classified into four types. One is indoor, second one is outdoor, third one is underground, fourth one is pole mounted. So in this lecture video, that means we detailedly studied about the indoor substation, outdoor substation, pole mounted substations. This is the image of indoor substation. You can see that the generator room, this is the indoor only. Indoor means what? Up to 11 kV only. Okay, up to 11 kV substation only is called as the indoor. This some messages and all for you get some idea about how the indoor substation is there. That's why you can see the diagram. You see circuit breakers, everything and all this arrangement also. This is the control panel of indoor substation. This images, you know how and all indoor substation is there. Then we studied about the indoor substation. Indoor substation means what? Up to 11 kV only. So why it is called as an indoor substation? All the apparatus is installed within the substation building only. That's why this substation is called as a indoor substation. What is the maximum voltage? Up to 11 kV only. But the substations erected for 33 kV and 66 kV when surrounding atmosphere is contaminated with impurities such as metal, corroding gases and fumes conducted. So therefore, we have to erected for 33 kV and 66 kV only, but the operating voltage up to 11 kV only. The switch gear will consist of oil circuit breaker. We already studied about the four types of high voltage circuit breaker is there. Oil circuit breaker, SF6 circuit breaker, vacuum circuit breaker, air brake circuit breaker. Out of these four types, we have to choose oil circuit breaker for indoor substation. The high voltage supply is given to the primary of the transformer through circuit breaker. So from the bus bar, various feeders we have to use. Feeder consists of what? Isolator switch and circuit breaker. Why we have to use it? So the circuit breaker is used to protect the substation equipment during any fault or abnormal condition, any disturbance occur in the substation. So we have to protect the substation equipment. That's why we are using the so feeder is that means to feed, that means the power that means is distributed to the consumer through the feeder only. That purpose we are using feeder in the substation. Then next, the protection of feeder. How do we protect the feeder? Using reverse power relay. This is the one of the type of high protective relay only. The protection of oil filled transformer with conservator, the Bocal's relay only we have to use to protect the oil filled transformer. What are the auxiliaries used in the indoor type substations? Storage batteries. Another one is fire fighting equipments. Firefighting equipments, what? Water buckets, fire extinguishers, etc. These are called as firefighting equipments. So the auxiliaries, why you have to use it in the indoor substation? One is for storage batteries, another one is for firefighting equipments. Then the batteries are used for what purpose we are using the batteries in the indoor substation? One is operation of the protective gear, protective high voltage equipments, emergency lighting in the substation in case supply failure of supply. That time we have to use for lighting purpose only we have to use the batteries in the indoor substation. Then several compartment. You see the image, I told now that a control panel, then generator, then so different several compartment used in the indoor substation. What are the compartments? Control compartment, indicating and metering instrument, protective device compartment, circuit breaker and operating mechanism compartment, main bus compartment, current transformer and cable sealing box compartment also we have to use. These are the compartments in the indoor substation. So according to the construction, the indoor distribution transformer substations and high voltage switchboards are again divided into categories. What category? Substations on the integrally built type, substations of the composite built type. Like that we have to divided the indoor distribution transformer substations and high voltage switchboards in the indoor substations only. According to construction, the indoor distribution transformer substations and high voltage that switches and all unit type factory also is there. This will be, that means what, designed with the metal clad only. Then there will be several compartments and then control compartment also is there. A circuit breaker and operating mechanism compartment, a current transformer and a cable sealing box compartment also is there. So this is the outdoor. So indoor substation up to 11 kV only, but for erection purpose 33 kV and 66 kV only is there. Okay, so here and all, next outdoor substation. Indoor substation means what? That means all the apparatus is installed within the building only. That's the indoor substation. Outdoor substation, you see the sketch, everything placed on the outside only. So outdoor substation again classified into two types. So one is pole mounted substation, another one is, that means founder, that means mounted substation. Here is there and all. Foundation mounted. Two substations is there. This is also comes under outdoor substation. So this is the image of outdoor substation. See, pole mounted substations, the input line, you see the figure, 11 kV line input, Kanga isolate, Geo switch, that is on RYB, the color red, yellow, blue, neutral is black, and then output is what? 415 volt bar, 240 volt line, here 11 step down transformer, here fuses, all the parts are marked. This is the image of a pole mounted substation. This is the schematic view of a pole mounted substation. You see two lightning arrestor. Lightning arrestor purpose what? LA. Shortly they are not LA. Lightning arrestor, that means protect the substation equipment from lightning only. Lightning thunder. Isolator, isolate the component from the that means power supply during abnormal conditions only. Then operating handle for isolator also is there, schematic left hand side. In the right hand is single line diagram. The single line diagram 11 kV OH na overhead line. Lightning arrestor is there, fuse, then isolating switch, then transformer, then LT na low tension, that is a low voltage oil circuit breaker. So 400 volt is there. So 11 kV. Below that, that means 2 feeder, 400, 2 feeder is there. What is pole mounted substation? This is the one of the type of outdoor substation only. Outdoor substation only. These substations are erected for mounting distribution transformer capacity up to 250 kVA only. So these type of substations, the transformer is cheapest, simple and smallest of substation only. All the equipments is mounted on the supporting structure of high voltage distribution line only. The triple pole mechanical operated switch is used for switching on and off of HT transmission line only. The HT fuse is installed for protection of HT set. Already we studied high voltage fuses are used. Transformers capacity up to 125 kVA are mounted on the double pole structure. The structure based on the voltage. If 120 kVA transformer used in the pole mounted substation, we have to the structure is double pole structure. The transformer capacity above 125 kVA but below 250 kVA, because the pole mounted substation the transformer maximum rating 250 kVA only. So therefore above 125 kVA and then below 250 kVA we can use 4 pole structure. This is very important key points. So up to 125 kVA double pole structure used, up to, that means above 125 kVA and then below 250 kVA 4 pole structure used. The next, the pole mounted substation, the maintenance cost, that means very low. Distribution substation placed over the head pole, no building work. Transformer and other equipments are mounted on the H-type pole only. 11 kV lines are connected to the transformer. So 11 kV bar 400 volt step down only. Lightning arrestor installed at high tension side, that is HT side. Transformer is stepped down, no 400 volt, we see the diagram, no. So the voltage between any two lines, 400 volt, 2 feeder we see now. So voltage between a line and a neutral, that is equal to 230 volt only. The oil circuit breaker only we have to use it in pole mounted substation at LT side only. Then second type of outdoor substation, that is foundation mounted substation. You see the diagram, the pole, the transformers, and then this is the structure of the foundation mounted substation. This is the one of the type of outdoor substation. So the foundation mounted substation means are entirely in the open only it is there, no. Such types are all the equipment assembled into one unit, usually enclosed by a fence. You see the diagram and all, outside the fence is there, no. So inside only is there and all fencing. So enclosed, usually these type of enclosed, that's why this is called a foundation mounted substation. The primary and secondary transmission and for secondary distribution above 250 kVA or foundation mounted outdoor type substation only. The equipments are heavy for such substations, therefore the location of the site selected for these substations must have good access for heavy transport only. There may be two types, one is low type and another one is high type foundation mounted substations only. So now you can compare what is the advantages, disadvantages of indoor and outdoor. Why we have to use compared to indoor substation, what is the advantages of outdoor substation? All the equipments within the view. So therefore the fault location is here. In an indoor substation means what, all the equipments is installed within the building only. If any problem occurs now, the find out the fault location is not very easy. That is a difficult only. But this is the advantages of outdoor substation. Then second one is the extension of installation is easier. Outdoor only, no, is easy only. The small amount of building material in outside and all, so the building material also less only. The construction work required is comparatively smaller and the cost of switchgear installation also is low only compared to indoor. Repairing work also easy because in the indoor substation all the equipments is installed in within the building only. So any repair is not easy only. And then outdoor is very easy, more space. That's a sufficient space between the equipments is in the outdoor substations. The next disadvantages of outdoor substations over indoor substations. More space is required for. This is the disadvantages. Indoor means less space, but outdoor more space is there. Okay. And then second one is protection devices are required to be installed for the protection against lightning surges. So because indoor means no need to use the lightning arrestor, LA. So in this outdoor and all means it's an open space only. So during a winter season and all, definitely lightning, that means the substation equipment is affected by the lightning surges. So we have to protect the equipments, substation equipments from the lightning surges by using lightning arrestor. This is the disadvantages of outdoor substation. The length of control cable required is more, because more spaces, no, so therefore the length of the control cable required also more only. Since the equipments are exposed to the atmosphere only, so there would be the accumulation of dust and dirt on them only. Because open space only all the equipments are installed. So therefore what happened, dust and dirt happen, that means deposited on the equipments of the substation. Then during the rainy season switching operation may be difficult. Okay, because the bus bar and all, what is the voltage is 6 kV, 11 kV, like that and all. Indoor means 11 kV, outdoor whether it means what, up to that means 66 kV only we are using the outdoor substation. That means you have to switching operation is very difficult during the, that means rainy season only. So from this lecture video, I thought you clearly understand that means indoor substation, outdoor substation, then structures, how the indoor substation is installed, how outdoor substation is installed, then what are the protective devices are used in the indoor and outdoor substations, and then what are the advantages and disadvantages of outdoor and indoor substations only. Thank you students for watching this video.